Coming to you live from the second floor hall closet at Garrett the Griddler Studios, it's Let's Take a Look with the Cook. Now, he's no longer welcome at his local Home Depot following an unfortunate griddle-related incident. Ladies and gentlemen, please a big round of applause for multiple Gritty Award-winning host, Can I Ask You a Question, Son? Hey, Ken. Kenneth.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Take a Look with the Cook. I'm your host, Can I Ask You a Question, Son? And as always, only griddler we can get on the show. Only griddler we can get on the channel is Garrett the Griddler. So with that being said, give it up for Garrett the Griddler.
Pleasure to be here, Ken. Thanks for having me back.
Now, Garrett the Griddler, I gotta say, I kind of smelled this cook coming from a mile away. I guess I do kind of live and work where you cook. But for those who don't know, how about you tell us what we can expect?
Well, Ken, I call it the Onionesty burger ever onion. I recently looked into a 5-pound chub of cheese, green onion cheese, fake cheese at that. Melts great, tastes great, and it was super fun. I just want to go over the top with it. So some onion rings, sauteed onions, crispy onions, green onions, all kinds of onions. I wanted to go big, if I was going to call it that, and a little oniony surprise inside.
So there you have it, people. Sounds like we need to go ahead and grab a breath mints. And as we say on Let's Take a Look with the Cook, let's get to the griddle! Griddle!
Silly, Ken. We got to do the ingredients first. You got 1 pound 80-20 ground beef. You can see I divided that into about 2 8-ounce patties. There's some green onion bulb in there, and you see there's some chopped up green onion in the back. Use it all. Green onion cheese going on a frame, thin sliced onion, crispy onions, a little barbecue-y type onion sauce, and onion buns. Ooh, and some green onion dip mix. Wonder where that's gonna go. Ooh, before I forget, that little Oniony BBQ sauce is 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce, 1 tablespoon of mayo, 1 tablespoon of mustard, 1 teaspoon of minced onion, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. Mix it well. It may not look the best, but it tastes pretty good. Next up, let's get a little crazy with the meat. 1 pound of 80-20 ground beef. Like I said, I'm going to make it super oniony. You see my little shaking there is my green onion dip mix. Stuff's really good. I got this at Kroger. French onion soup would work too. The little powder mix. Just pour that all in. Oh, yes. And inhale the wonderful oniony powder. This right here is 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then a little bunch of bulbs chopped up with some black pepper. Went pretty simple, but I'm just going to get it all in there and start trying to loosely mix it. I don't want to like press it down like I'm trying to make a meat diamond or anything like that, because that'll just make it really tough. But I'm going to start working it together into 2 balls, kind of like this. Then I'm going to take a little parchment paper and my press and try to make them nice little kind of uniformish later, because we're going to work them together, and I want them kind of be evenish. My table sounds like it's tooting. So we're on kicking and turbo here. You see I got 2 kind of evenish patties. I'm putting down some of that good old fake green onion cheese. Got 5 pounds of it for $20. What a deal. Little onion slice in there, and I'm just going to kind of cap it, and you're going to start working it together. You're going to try to get this sealed pretty darn good, or it's going to leak everywhere on your cheese. Will just start going all crazy and whatnot. And you can see I'm getting a big old patty, tossing her, whoa, as fast. Anywho, you ever watch Keenan and Kel Good Burger? This really reminds me of a Mondo burger. You get up close, it's massive. Well, that sucks. Alrighty, we made it to the still-made griddle. We're ready to get this cook started. If you can hear that sound here, I'm going to go ahead and check. That is my onion rings in the Ninja Foodie. Really cool thing. I'm going to go ahead and stop those. They're about where I need them to be. Like I said, you can do them on the griddle if you want. I've done it before, but since I have that, I'm just doing it like that. Don't know how else to put it. Right here, we got this massive patty. I'm just going to kind of try not to melt styrofoam, but I don't want it to burst open upon impact. The anticipation is killing me. Like this burger is probably killing me. And 1, 2, 3, and go. There we go. So, this right here is a behemoth. I don't know how the scale looks on the camera or whatever, but to get it up to temp and where it needs to be so the outside ain't burnt and the inside's still raw, I'm gonna do a little steam, which will also drop my temperature a little bit. So that's why it doesn't matter if it's at a little bit lower of a temp, because that'll just slowly bring it up. And I can always turn it up and kind of give like a little sear at the end if I need to. But I don't need to put my onions on yet, because I don't want them to be all mushy and nasty. My bun don't need to be toasting right now. So right now, I'm gonna let this do its thing. And then we shall come back and check on it in a little bit. What do you say? Alright, so it's been about 5 minutes under the dome. You can see I got some grease and stuff kind of running out into the trap here, down towards it. So let's give it a little look, a little peek and see. Yeah, it's not split apart as bad as I thought it might. Starting off. So let's see. I'm going to try not to. We actually work some of this down into the drip tray here, so I want to save some of it for my onions, like over here. But I also don't want to super burn myself real bad either. That would not be good. I'll give it a second just for it to heat up a smidge. Turn my heat up a little. Get some fresh heat going. You can see here, like I said, it's starting to split up a little bit. Hopefully it won't split apart, but you will have some of that sneaky cheese try to escape. It's just kind of part of the nature of this, because obviously the onion and stuff, little pieces of onion are not going to bind together all that great. But the good thing is, if we mess up, it ain't nothing that a little handful of cheese can't fix either. So, let's give it a see how it looks. 1, 2, 3, and go. Yeah, not too bad. So you can see it started to escape a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to go ahead and cap it right there a little bit. I'm going to use some of the little grease left over. I don't want the parts that are burning or anything like that. Just a little good old grease. And I'm going to throw down my little thinly sliced onion here. Like I said, we got different types of onions, going to be cooked to different levels. If it's going to be the Onionesty burger to every onion, we must go where no onion has gone before. I might have over dramatized it a little bit, but hey, let's live life, I say. This right here, I'm just going to let it keep going. Might actually get just a little bit more steam action going on in there. We'll see how, yeah, our onions can be seen on camera. I think it will take terrible long time. I don't want to cook these down so much that they're mush, but I do, you know, don't want to necessarily have them do 100% raw. This is going to be like a hybrid onion piece here. I'm going to cook it a little, get some coloration going on it. But we're also going to put little crispy onions. And let me find one of these here. Hot onion rings, fresh from the air fryer. Man, that just popped and got me. Whew. I'm going to go ahead, push these onions on over here, let them keep doing their thing. You see they're already getting a little jiggly, getting jiggly with it. Yeah, a little bit more of the greasy goodness over there.
So greasy, so good.
And we're gonna let these keep doing their thing. Clean all of that grease off in the back, and I'm gonna go start just kind of lightly toasting my buns. Onion bun. I get these at Kroger's. I'm sure other places have them something similar as well, but these are, I really like these. Got good flavor, good texture, all that. It's checking all the boxes, so I don't have too much I can complain on them. I really like them when I make sloppy Garrett's.
Sloppy Garrett.
If you've not checked out my sloppy Garrett cook, which is my take on a sloppy Joe, maybe give it a try. It's one of my older videos, so if you think this one's bad, you can go check that one out and you'll see maybe it's not as bad as you thought it is.
Sloppy blood.
Toast. That burger. It's one thing. I'll set my little. That is still hot. I got a little cookie sheet or a cookie cooler thing. I like to sit that on where I'm cooking this on my stovetop in the house. That way I don't burn my countertops. It keeps that off and I can keep using it. You just kind of do learn to adapt. Speaking of which, I've also got these little things which fit near perfectly back here in the cooler spot because the heat goes the direction of my burners, of course, being on the stovetop, but that'll allow me to kind of toast the buns a little bit. They're starting to get on the edge a little bit. Keep them warm, but not overcook them. I can sit them on that. So, I don't think this is probably going to be, no, I want it more than that. 1, 2, 3, and don't burn yourself. Okay. Alrighty. These onions are starting to pick up. I think the inside's getting pretty close to where I need it. I'll go ahead and cap it just to make sure. These onions, I don't know which way. Hold on, let me get the can. There we go. You can see the onions. Just kind of golden them up a little bit. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. We got in a gold mood going on here. Gonna golden up these onions. I ain't gonna cook them down completely, but I am gonna cook them down somewhat. So while I'm cooking this, I feel like I got a lot of different onion stuff going on in this, but I am far, far, far from perfect, or arguably even far from average. So if you feel like I missed something oniony that could have really helped this live up to the Onionesty burger to ever onion, please let me know. I can revise accordingly in the future. Checker buns back here. Yeah, see there? Want that middle to be a little bit more crispy because like I said, I'm going to put some sauce on them here in a little bit. This is kind of like a makeshift oniony sauce. Ooh, that one's looking nice actually, yes. It's ready. I'm going to see, I'll sit that there. Then we'll push this over here, more on the direct burner. Kind of talking out of my head as I go. This right here ain't got a super lot involved in the griddle as far as the griddle cook goes. Obviously I'm cooking the burger, the onions, toasting the buns and stuff. But I did my onion rings in the air fryer. Could have done them on here. I actually like waffle fries are my favorite thing probably to make on the griddle as far as that goes. I feel like they cook up really good with the little cuts in them and stuff. But like I said, you do you. Just put you down a little oil, crisp them up. Onion rings can be a little trickier trying to get the sides done, or they're especially thick cut ones. But trust me, it can be done. Let's check this one. Oh yes, that middle's starting to get where I want it. This right here has got to be getting close to getting up in the temperature. Yeah, I'll let that go about a few more seconds. Ooh, ow, ooh, this is a popping. Of course, like I said, this is a 1 pound burger. Got a lot of gunk on my spatula here. So there's a lot of grease coming. Work it down on the drip tray accordingly. Toss the onions. These onions are about where I want them as well. Like I said, you can throw some raw onions on there if you want. Just want to kind of golden them up, get them a little jiggle going, a little color. And yeah, I like how that is. I don't know how good that'll pick up, but we definitely got a little action going on there. With that being said, let's get back to the action on the burger. Give it a checky check. It's not falling apart as bad as I thought it would. Don't want to jinx myself. It wouldn't be the first time. Tell you what, we're going to take a brief break from my commentating, and let's get some up close and personal footage of this cook.
Nice. Here's a little burger bonus because I love you.
Alrighty, and we're back. So we're gonna try to scoop under it. I wanna make sure I'm getting all the little shardy goodness here. And 1, 2, 3, and go. Yes, that's starting to get much closer to where I want it. And if you want, you can set a press on it. Get some good contact there. Watch that be what splits it open. Oh well, if it is. If that's the worst thing that happens in life, I'm doing good. Get my spatula cleaned off around the edge. Extra sticky. You can kind of see it's starting to kind of press out there. Get a little char on that cheese. Crisping it up. We'll come in here. This may not look appetizing at all, but I promise you it does taste pretty good. It's like a sweet, savory sweet. Kind of get that first little hit of sweet, and then it kind of savory comes through. And then it finishes off with sweet. That brown sugar really goes a long way. Back there, okay, I'm seeing too much cheese coming out of that. So I'm gonna take it off. Luckily we put plenty of cheese in it, plenty of cheese. Say cheese, please. I'm pretty generous with this sauce I'm putting on, because this is only sauce, condiment I'm really putting on it. The tops of them buns are kind of toasting a little bit too. While that does that, I'm going to go ahead. What was that? A little piece of onion peel there. Oop, oop, oop. And right there is pretty well close to done. So now, while that finishes up, my cheese melts. And go ahead, put some cheese on the back bottom bun here. Let's see how that turns out. Cheesy. Not to be cheesy, but that's a lot of cheese. Then I'm gonna come in with my crispy onions. You like this? After you let your burger rest a little bit, you better be careful. I don't want to burn Granny's nightgown, or she will not be happy with me. Obviously, these will get soggy kind of if you leave it too long, but they do hold a crisp a lot better than what I would think they would in most cases. Then I'm going to sprinkle on some green onion. Then I'm going to put on a little of this onion, which I kind of cooked more than I planned on, but it's no problem. It'll work anyway. Griddling's my job. This beautiful voice is my passion. All right. Yeah, that's starting to get there. Tell you what. Cheat just a little bit there. Whew. Getting hot in here. Hot. Woo! Let's see. I think I might have scared my kitty. Sorry, Keek. Get this pulled down. All right, let me make sure. Time to get the onion rings out. I'm doing that off camera. I apologize for that. Get their onion rings so we can get them assembled. These are hot, so hot, like this griddler hot. All right, clean this off. Kind of seam talking right now. Oh yeah. That is, no, get back on there. Get back on there. So I'm gonna try to really work up under that. It's not as bad as I'm making it out to be. I'll push that on. Yes, yes. Push it to the limit. I don't know, I think I might have wished I did more onions. I meant like these onions. But I did put some on the bottom. This is a massive burger. I don't know how. No, get back up there. Yeah, you're kind of burnt. I ain't gonna put you on there. Then some more crispy onions. Then a bunch of little chopped green onion. I can pick that up here in a second. I ain't wasting all that onion, I can assure you. I call this the high octane onion. Love it. Use it about every chance I can. Tons of flavor. Tons of flavor. Tons. Try to get these up on there. And a little bit more onion, cause why not? I'm not gonna put this on there. Just kind of cleaning. Kind of steam and melt that cheese back there on the bottom a little bit. But I'll tell you what, I am pleased with how it turns out. We'll pretty it up and go give it a try. Yeah. I forgot this part earlier. It's highly important you do this part. This part's important too. The cut in. There it is. What I call the most oniony burger to ever onion. I feel like I came pretty close to that title. If you feel like I missed the mark, let me know in the comments. What could I have done to make it even onionier? I'm always open to new ideas. Let's give it a try though. This thing is a behemoth. I've got a big odd-shaped head anyway, and this is a big odd-shaped burger. So we are a match in heaven. Oh, I might have to screenshot that for one of the pictures maybe. Might give me enough time. Let's give it a try. Look at that little onion in there. You can see a little cheese. A little surprise for the unsuspecting, but we know it's there. Easy, griddler. This is hitting every spot and some I didn't even know I had. I love onion. Like I said, onion lover's dream, onion hater's worst nightmare. But you can chase it down with that. Little onion ring. It's surprisingly not as oniony as you would think it would be. It's just really flavorful. You got some sweet, savory. Try not to choke. A lot of cheese. Not a bad problem to have. But I think that little makeshift barbecue sauce I did really brought it along. It's like sweet, savory, sweet. Simple. It's just barbecue sauce, mayo, mustard. I'll put the exact recipe in the description, but that little hint of extra brown sugar goes a long way. And this onion bun, man, private selection. I have said for a long time, seems like Kroger has the best store brands as far as quality goes. And these buns do not disappoint. And so, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed it. I had a ton of fun making this cook. One of my favorite cooks I've ever done. A lot of work that went into it, but not, nothing overbearing. And I'm going to enjoy this quite a bit. And I hope you enjoyed watching it. Like I said, drop me some comments below if you want to. Oh, wait, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Hope you liked what you saw. If you did and you haven't done so already, I'd appreciate it if you take a moment to, let me get this ready. 1, 2, 3, and like, comment.
You gorgeous griddler, you.
Subscribe.
Yippee!
Share, and turn on post notifications so you know when new onion content is added to the channel, as well as a bunch of other content too. All things food, I like to be your hookup. Anywho, until next time, I'm Garrett the Griddler saying, let's keep cooking. Hey, Granny, what do you think of that Onionesty burger to every onion?
Oh, it's good, but it's not quite onion enough for this, Granny. And that ain't Vidalia, sweetie.